Hello learners, welcome to your weekly instructional lesson for English Week 21. This week's learning target is, I can write, revise, and edit a draft to improve my essays. Alright, so I usually do start off with the cognitive skills, and this does line up with maybe more than one cognitive skill. If you open up this, let's take a look at this over so you can see, and scroll down. It is in composing and writing. So it is kind of maybe all of these, a lot of organization, because when you're writing and you're revising and you're editing your draft, you're making big improvements in organization. So it does hit on that one. It kind of hits on preparation, because some of you guys are writing essays, but you're also presenting your writing too, maybe in a video format like what I'm doing right now. It also has to do with conventions and precision. What we talked about last week, if you watched my video last week, about making sure that you've got all your punctuation and all your grammar and all your sentence structures right, not starting a sentence with because. Because goes in the middle of two little sentence fragments. Don't start a sentence with because. And precision, making sure that you have detail. Don't just write one sentence, because one sentence is not a paragraph. Two sentences is not a paragraph. At the bare minimum, 4 sentences makes a paragraph. And 5 paragraphs makes an essay. And that's what a lot of you are writing, getting ready to write your draft and turn in this week. Hey, I got new headphones. Want to take a look underneath my hoodie? Look. They're gaming headphones with lights. I've got this pair and I got this pair. And people that are doing their will lessons, these light up red, these light up blue, might, and that's the big thing, might be winning headphones, gamer headphones, because they're very, very cool to do your videos on and listen to your lessons, along with maybe some gaming. But for the most part, if you're an online learner, these come in very, very handy for your check-ins so that your learning guides can hear you. Alright, so think about this question. What is your writing process like? Do you struggle with writing? What can you do to make your writing assignments smarter and not harder? Well, here's some ideas for you. It's called the writing process, and it comes in stages of pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and then finally, when you've got a really good product, publishing, and in our case, turning it in, submitting your final project. I'd like you to watch this little video. Again, I always look for videos that get to the point. They're very short. The 5 easy steps in the writing process. I also have a tiny little blog about Read, Write, Think, how to make writing pain-free, and I hope that you're able to do this Kahoot. I have never tried to put a Kahoot in before. I think that they have upgraded Kahoot so that you can play at home by yourself the Kahoot challenge on the writing process. After you're done looking over these resources, explain why revising and editing your essay drafts are an important part of the writing process and getting a great score on your final project in English. Wow, I've got this huge link here about quizzes, a quizzes practice for you to think more about your writing process. And I have been telling people over and over again to really, before you turn in your work, to run it through Grammarly.com. It's an eye-opener and a game changer. It will show you, where's all your mistakes? Did I make mistakes in punctuation? Do I have a spelling error? Oh, great job. Grammarly finds it for you, and it even does a little bit more. It will find other errors, like maybe a sentence that just doesn't make sense, I really, really suggest Grammarly.com. It is a wonderful website to do. Take all your writing, copy, and paste it in there, and it will find the errors for you. All right, so if you're in 6th grade, the checkpoints that you are going to be working on are more than one. You're probably going back and forth between checkpoints. So I would like you to see if you can open up Editing Checklist. Let's see if I can open it up. Here's a checklist in Summit. Here it comes, here it comes. Yes, there! Some conventions, and here those things are. Punctuation, which I talk about a lot in English. Mechanics, making sure that you are using capital I when you mean capital I and not little I. And I don't know why, if you're running things through Grammarly.com, why I get a lot of people who send in names that are not capitalized. In our American English, we think names are important, and that's why we use capitals. So try to use your pinky as a shift key. Get some keyboarding skills. If you hold down the pinky, the shift key, you can easily make a capital I. Other important conventions, sentences, your audience, who are you writing this for? These are all good things in the 6th grade and beyond checklist. Okay, for you 7th graders, and this is good for everybody else too, I have included an essay outline example. If you're like me, I don't always learn well by listening to a video or reading something, but seeing an example is a big help. So if you look at this, you will see, something that we have already done. We already did holes at the beginning of the year, but you can use this same outline and these same transition words for what you are writing right now. And you guys are doing The Hobbit, but if you use the same kind of language, in contrast, in comparison, an explanation, the movie, The Hobbit, compared to the book, an explanation, and yes, a conclusion to your 5-paragraph essay on The Hobbits. Same thing for 8th grade. Same idea. You're working maybe on more than one checkpoint right now, but I have included some examples. A presentation essay example. Let's look at it. Oh, it's a slideshow. That helps. Come on, slideshow, load up. Here we go. Oh, here it comes. This one is the Golden Compass, but if you look over this, it's going to give you an idea of how to do a presentation. And something else that you might have to rewrite, revise, and edit. Okay, my last group of kiddos for English are the 9th graders who are working on Lord of the Flies. Yes, it's graphic and gruesome, but boy, it's got a really powerful message. And there is another editing checklist before you turn things in. Make sure that you are checking over. Punctuation. Punctuation 9. It happened to be one of our focus areas. MLA style. Where have we heard this before? Oh yes, you took a test on that, or should be studying about MLA. And sentence patterns. We have been using all these things. That is how the focus areas are tied to the projects. Okay, don't forget, punctuation, spelling. Does it count? Yes, this is English. Rules of grammar. So make sure, there it is, pronouns are used in the correct case. That means I better not see any little I's. Really, you should leave personal pronouns like I and you out of academic writing altogether. You really should not be personalizing it unless it's a narrative, but you are analyzing the Lord of the Flies. I would not use I or you. I would just say one, or as the author states, because we are looking for what the author has to say. So use those citations and quotes from the book. All right, after you've done all of those first 5 E's, your 6th E is express. Express yourself. And come down here for your reflection. If you have more time, you can read about how Stephen King, famous author of horror genre, unless that's not something that you like to read. Some people do not feel comfortable reading horror. I know I read a Stephen King book one time, and it was very frightening. But you don't have to read this to get the idea of what are some cool ideas on how to revise and edit your writing. If you don't have an idea, then go back through this 60 lesson and name one that you have found from the resources that could help you make your writing better, smarter, and not harder. All right, I'm hoping to see a lot of submissions this week. This project is coming due, but it would be great if you could turn it in before it's due. Then you have more time to do other things. So do this now. Have a great week.